Hello everyone, welcome back to another BOLBA webinar. When it comes to geographical data, map is one of the most preferred widgets to visualize the data in a dashboard. In this webinar, I'm going to walk you through how to create and customize the map widget. Furthermore, I'll explain how to add marker, how to use colors to provide even more information to the viewer, and how to add interactive features to the map. Let's start with creating a choropleth and bubble map. Starting from BOLBA version 2.6, we have combined both the choropleth and bubble map into a single widget. If you are a user of Syncfusion Classic Dashboard platform, or if you are using a older version of BOLBA, you'll be able to see two different widgets in the widget toolbox. Let me take you to the application now. So previously we had two different widgets for the map. One is the choropleth and the other one is bubble map. Now we have integrated both these maps into a single widget. However, you'll be able to achieve both the functionalities with a single widget itself. So to build a choropleth or bubble map, you'll need a column that contains the location names. The location name could be anything like a continent name, name of a country, state name, or even the name of counties. Then the format of the name could be anything like a full name, or it can also be an ISO 3166 code, and we also support FIPS code. Let's go back to the application, and I will show you how to create a simple choropleth or bubble map first. Okay, so to start working with the map, first thing is you'll be needing a data source. I already have a data source in my dashboard application now. In case if you are very new to the BOLBA application, you can go back and visit our previous webinar, that is the complete walkthrough of BOLBA application. There we have explained how to create a data source and dashboard from the scratch. You'll be able to create data source from any of your sources like a file like Excel or CSV, SQL servers like MS SQL Server or PostgreSQL. We support about 85 different connections from which you can create your data source. Right now I have a data source in my dashboard that I'm going to build, and I have the sales details of city, and other details are available in the data source. Okay, to start with, I'm going to drag the map widget to the designer canvas and resize it to my requirement. All right, so once you have dragged the map to the designer canvas, all you can do is just click the configure button to start configuring the map. So we also have provided some sample data source within the application that you can use to explore the various functionalities available in the application. So I'll go and look for the Northwind data source that we already have. That is a Northwind traders sales analysis details. So in this data source, we have the name of country and other sales details in this data source. So I can make use of this data source first to show you how to build a simple map in BOLBA. Okay, now I have to click the configuration window. Once you move into the configuration, there will be two sections. First one is the properties and the second one is assign data. In the properties settings, you'll be able to see the basic settings. You can see here, you can change the map from either a choropleth or fill map to a bubble map. You'll also able to see the map kind. We have a wide range of map shapes already available in this widget. It could be anything starting from a continent. You can have an all continent view as you can see in the map now, or you can have a map of individual continents like Asia, Africa, and so on. Further, we also have provided map shapes for countries. You can have a all countries view as shown in the map here, or you can also choose a map particularly for a specific country and start working with it. Further, we also have provided state maps for all the US states. Here, it contains all the map shapes for the county based upon counties, and you can, if you have to go and do an in-depth analysis, you can have the state map and build your map for the dashboard. Okay, so I'll switch back to the countries mode and have the all countries view here. And in the assign data, let's first choose the data source that we need, that is the Northwind traders sales analysis. Okay, so once you choose the data source, you'll be able to see all the fields available in the data source here. Before configuring the widget, let's see what are the sections that are available here that you can make use to build the map. The first three sections available here are mainly used to build a Koropet or bubble map. Okay, so all you have to do is drag and drop the location name to the section and the corresponding value which you are trying to visualize to the location value section. And in case if you want to add more details to your map, you can also use the location tooltip. All right, let's start configuring the map now. I'm going to drag the country field to the location name, and then say, let's say order quantity. I'm going to drag the order quantity to the location value. You can see as soon as I drag the fields to the sections, the map is successfully configured, and in the tooltip you'll be able to see the country name as well as the measure that we have configured. In case if you want to add one more detail to this map, say order total, I can add this to the location tooltip. Now you can see all the three values are displayed. I can also go ahead and configure this field to show the value in a currency format. I choose the currency format here and then click OK. So now the tooltip will show the order total in the form of currency. You can also choose a different currency culture if you want, and also if you want to customize the number representation, you can also modify it. Right. So all these three sections, you can have more than one tooltip. So so all these three sections are mainly used for the Koropet and bubble map. So again, if you can go to the properties, and if you wish to change it to a bubble map, you can go ahead and change the map type to bubble. Okay, so as you already know, the fill map shows the data in the form of gradient. A darker color means the data is maximum in those region, and a lighter color means the data is minimum in those region. But in the bubble map, the value is showed in the form of bubble size. A larger bubble size means the value is larger in those particular region, and a smaller bubble means the value is smaller in that particular region. Right? So this is how you configure a simple bubble and Koropet map. And in case, let me switch this back to the fill map. And in case if you want to ignore some of the countries and show only some specific set of countries in your dashboard, you can go ahead and filter the details here. I'll just click edit, and in the list I can choose the countries that I want to show in the map, or else I can go to the rank and choose something like top 5 countries based upon sales or order quantities and so on. So in here I'm going to choose the field quantity. So my map will show only the top 5 countries based upon the order quantity. So it will ignore all the regions as you can see and show only those regions which has the top 5 sales. Right. You can also filter based upon a measure. For example, uh, uh, if you want to show the map that has only the regions there has to be only the regions that have more than 1 million quantity or something, you can go and configure a measure filter here. Like I'll say the quantity greater than 1 million or something, and if I click apply, it'll be showing only those region which matches the particular condition that I have entered. Right. So this is how you work with a simple fill map or a bubble map. And let's go to the next topic, that is markers. BoldBA now supports adding markers to a map using latitude and longitude values. It also provides further customization options like adding custom tooltips to the marker, and also it provides complete control over the appearance customization, like you can modify the colors, size, and also upload custom marker icons through an URL. Okay, so let's go back to the application, and I'll show you how to add marker to the map. So in this data source, I don't have the city latitude and longitude details, so I'll switch the data source that I already have, that is the map data source. I'll reset the data source, and in this data source, I have the detailed sales analysis of a city, and it also, in addition, it also has the county name of the city and the state details. All right. Now, what I have to do is to configure a marker, I have to drag the latitude to the marker latitude section and longitude to the marker longitude section. Right. And let's say the first thing is I need to see the name of the city in the tooltip, and I also have to see the sales in the tooltip. I'll add two custom tooltips here and make sure I have the sales in the form of currency. Now you can see in the map that most of these markers are concentrated in the North America region. So instead of having the all countries view, I can go ahead and change the map data as USA. So now it'll give me the complete US states map. And once you hover over the map, you'll be able to see the city name and sales details. Okay. And let's see what are the other customization options that are available along with the marker settings. You can see here we offer a few more default marker representations like star, diamond, and so on. You'll be you'll also be able to change the color for these shapes, and as well as the size, right? So in case if you have a custom marker that you want to use, we have an option known as image. So you can choose the image option and provide the uh, URL for this for the icon that you have. So let me copy the URL first, and I'll show it here. Now I'll paste the URL in this text box, and it'll change it to my custom marker that I have. I can also change the size for this to a much larger size, as you can see. And that is how you add markers to the map. And let's see the other, what are the other features available with the map. The first one is the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is basically available for all the widgets in Bolt BI. In case of maps, you can customize the color in 3 different ways to provide even more information to the user. For a continuous value, you'll be able to provide a gradient color to the map region. And in case if you want to provide the color based upon certain conditions, you'll also be able to do that through the advanced color customization window. And finally, you'll be able to provide discrete colors for the different regions. Okay, so let's see this example one by one. First, I'll remove the markers and configure with the state. I already have the state names in the field, so I'll drag this to the location name and sales to the location value. Okay, now you can see by default the full map will have a monochromatic color. That is is basically a gradient color, and the darker color means the value is larger in the particular region. And if you want to do an advanced color customization, you can switch to the advanced view. So once you click the advanced customization radio button, there will be a dialog as shown in the screen now. You'll have 3 different options. First one is the gradient, second one is rule, and third one is individual or categorical color. In case of gradient, and for gradient and rule, you'll be able to provide colors based upon the configured field or a different field. For example, here we have configured the map with the sales details. In case if I want to apply color based upon profit, I can do that. So I can switch to profit, and I can enter the minimum and the maximum value to which the color has to be applied. Or if it is left blank, it will automatically calculate the minimum and maximum value and apply the color accordingly. And in addition, if you want a diverging color pattern, that is having a mid color, you can also apply that. And once you click the save button, it will apply the gradient color as shown here. Let's go ahead and also add the profit details to the tooltip, so that we'll be able to see that. You can see the darker red color means the profit is lesser, and a brighter green means the profit is higher in those regions. Right? This feature is very helpful in case of bubble map. So as I said already, bubble map always by default show the. I'll switch to monochromatic view now. And bubble map, as I said before, always shows the value with respect to the size of the bubble, right? So the bubble, larger the bubble size, larger the value. You can add one more measure to this representation, and have the color displayed, so that you can have two different values displayed, and user can understand it visually, right? Now I'll go to the advanced settings, and in the advanced settings, so instead of having the color based upon sales, I can choose profit. And if you want, you can also add a diverging pattern and click save. Okay, so now we have two different data shown in the map. First one is based upon the bubble size, so larger the bubble size, larger the sales. And the second one is based upon color, that is uh, brighter green color means the profit is larger, and red color means the profit is smaller. So this way you can show two different values within this single map. I'll switch back to the chloropath map, and in the advanced setting, we'll look into the next option that we have, that is rule. For example, instead of providing a gradient color, you can have an option to add conditions and assign a color accordingly. For example, in my sales map that I have already, I can add two conditions, that is regions that have sales more than 1 million, and regions that have sales less than 1 million. So I can for both these conditions, I can provide two different colors. So to do that, all I have to do is provide a condition name first. So I'll name it as greater than 1 million, and the condition should be greater than, and I have to enter the value here. All right. So I'll choose a blue color for this, and I'll add one more condition. I'll mark it as less than 1 million, and the condition should be here, should be less than or equal to, and the value here I have to enter it as 1 million. Right. So I'll choose a different color for this condition, say black. And if I click apply now, so you'll be able to see the map configured with the condition that I have given. You can go ahead and also add the legend here. The legend can be added to the top or bottom of the map, and it explains for those region which has sales less than 1 million, it is shown in black color. And for those region who make sales greater than 1 million, it is shown in blue color. So this is the conditional formatting using rules. And in the next advanced settings, we'll see about the categorical color. So if I choose the individual, it is going to apply discrete colors to all the region. The color doesn't make any meaning, but it will differentiate the region with different colors. So the colors are auto generated, and once you click the save button, it will populate the map with different colors for the different region. So these are the conditional formatting techniques that are available now in the Bowlby maps. So the next thing is we'll move into the interactive visualization options. First one is you'll be able to make the map widget itself filter by providing the master widget ability to the map. And the next one is you'll be able to add links to the map elements. Thereby, when you click the map region, you can navigate to a external web content, say a web page, or you can also open a new secondary dashboard which contains in-depth details. And finally, we have recently added the drill down support for the map. I'll show you how to perform all these operations. Let's go back to the application. And to demonstrate these features, I already have few dashboards. I'll open that. So this is a simple sales dashboard that I have created already. And in this map, you can see the sales details, revenue details based upon a country. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click the edit button to edit this. I'll show you how to add filter and link to this dashboard. Yeah. So I already have made some changes to this dashboard. So it is opening for auto recovery windows open. I'm going to discard those draft changes. So I'll click the no button. It is going to open the dashboard for me. And then I'll show you how to add filter to the map widget. So to make the map widget as master widget, you can perform it in two different ways. First one is through the filter properties panel. In the properties panel, we have a setting called as filter actions. So you can enable the act as master widget property to make the widget act as master widget. Or else you can go to the filter action window here, filter configuration window, and click the master, add a master widget. So here our widget is revenue and store details. I'll click, select this and click OK. Okay. So once you add the map as a master widget, all the other widgets will be acting as a listener widget. So now I'll click update. So basically all the other widgets will be acting as a listener widget. In particular, if you want to ignore filter action for any of a particular widget, you can choose the widget and choose the option ignore filter actions, or in the filter configuration window, you can uncheck the particular widget from the list. All right. So now I'm going to make all the other widgets as listener widgets. And when I click the preview button, it's going to take me to the preview window. And now when I click a particular region, it is going to filter the data with respect to the particular region and show the details in the other widgets, right? And let's choose a different map region, and now it will filter all the details with respect to the particular region selected, and the widget will other widgets will show the data. So this is how you make the map as a master widget. Let's go on and see how to add links to the map now. So you can have any one of the three interactions. Right now the map doesn't support all the three different types of interactions. You can have only one at a time. In future we'll be adding a ability to have all the three interactions uh, available at the same time. So I'm going to remove the act as master widget option, and in the link I'm going to select the option enable link, right? So once you enable the link, there will be a text box where you have to enter the URL, and this URL could be anything like a external web page, or in my case I'm going to open a secondary dashboard. In my secondary dashboard I have a detailed sales details. So I also have a filter with respect to a country. So when I choose a country, the detailed sales details will be shown here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add link to this map widget. So whenever I click the region in the map, it will open my secondary dashboard and filter the data in the secondary dashboard. So first I have to go and get the link of this dashboard. For that, you can click the share and copy the link using the copy link button available here, and then close the window. Now, in my primary dashboard, I'm going to add the URL to the text box, and I have to filter based upon the country selected. So I need to pass a query parameter. To pass a query parameter, all you have to do is add a question mark followed by the field name, and then an equal to, and then add a placeholder. To add a placeholder, you have to double click the field available in the list. So these are the fields that are configured with the map. So I'll double click the country here. So now as you can see, the URL successfully formatted. We have a query parameter here and a placeholder at the end. So whenever I click a region now, this placeholder will be replaced by the actual selected region value, and hence the data can be filtered. Right? Now I'll click the preview button. So it'll take me to the preview window, and let's say I choose the region Canada. Now it will open the secondary dashboard, and as you can see in the URL, uh, the query parameter, the placeholder is replaced by the field that we have selected, or the value that we have selected, and this dashboard is going to show me only the data that I have selected. Right? Let's go ahead and choose one more region, say India. It'll open the dashboard again, and it will filter the details with respect to India. Okay, so that's how you add a link and filter to the map widget. And the next important thing, or the interesting thing, is the ability to drill down the map that we have added recently. Let's go back to the original demonstration dashboard that we have. I'm going to show you how to add a drill down to the map now. Okay, I'll switch this back to monochromatic view, and in the assign data, to add a drill down, what you have to do is you have to create a hierarchy in the location name. It has to be from the top level to the bottom. Say if you have in your data source, if you have fields based upon country name, if you have country name and continent name and then the state name, you can build a hierarchy like first the continent name, country, and then the state. So in my case, I have the state name and also the county name. So what I can do is I can drag the county name to the location name section, and it'll ask you this option if you want to enable the drill down. If you click yes, it is going to add the drill down, and if you click no, it will replace the already existing field in the section. So now I'll click yes. So we have a small hierarchy here, that is a state name and then the county name. Now if I click the preview window, it'll show me first, it will show me the sales details with respect to the particular state, and if I click the particular region, it will take you to the state map of California county wise. We have, as I said before, we have all the state maps of United States. So you can click into any state and take a deep dive into the county details as shown here, right? So this is how you perform a drill down using the map widget. You can have any hierarchy from the continent level till the county level, and have an in-depth analysis about the data that you have in your data source, right? So these are the interactive features, interactive visualization features that are available in Bold BI map. And we are not going to stop with this. There are a lot of new features that are about to come in the map widget. Currently we are working on a Google map provider that will be available in the next few weeks, and we're also providing support for conditional formatting based upon conditional conditions. You can also change the marker symbols in your map, and these markers will also have a filtering ability. So when you click on a marker symbol, it will filter the details with respect to the particular region that you have selected. And further, we are also continuously adding more map regions to the widget. uh, in case if the map that you are looking for is not available, you can always create a support incident. To create a support incident, go to the profile option and click the create incident option available in the menu. So you can request a map, and I'll be very glad to add the map for you. And that's the end of today's webinar. I guess I have covered almost all the features that are available in the map widget. And there are, as I said before, there are more features that are yet to come. Please watch our release history page in the bolb.com website. We'll be able to know about what are the new changes that we are proactively adding to the Bolb application. Thank you everyone for joining us.